We're gonna see. We're gonna see if everything is okay. I'm gonna switch that good old intermission here. You know, I wish you could yeah, I wish you could edit the intermission. I really wish you could. That is a severe disappointment on Streamlabs' end. They could have been so much more. Could have been so much more. You can open this chat in a web browser. Yeah, sure. Close. Okay, I don't. Yeah, cool, man. You know, wait. Uh, I want to see. Okay, I think, yeah, so my thing will go there. I wonder how you can, if I'm live, right? And there's the chat highlight feature. I wonder what you do in order to use this widget by hovering over the right side of a chat message to see a thumbtack icon. Well, that didn't happen. That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. I think it's very unfortunate that it's like that. I think we're gonna do building and babbling. I think that's a better. Yeah, that's much better. I want to see if I'm actually live. Indeed I am. I think we're gonna do building and babbling. I think that's a better. Yeah, that's much better. I want to see if I'm actually live. Indeed I am. Okay, cool. That's amazing. That's actually awesome, really. I think we're gonna do building and babbling. I think that's a better. All right. We're gonna lock back in then. We're gonna lock back in then. We're back in. We're back in to the play zone. We're gonna be looking at a couple of things. We gotta find some music. Of course, gotta go with master plan music. I think that's overall the best option out there. But I usually like Northwoods. Northwoods is usually a pretty decent one. Oh yeah, someone stop me. Someone stop me. Somebody stop me. I'm joking around. Joking around. We're not gonna be like that. So, we have a couple of things that we're gonna be doing today. The first one is building a Rust Belt American city. Now, I have sort of a toxic love with Rust Belt America. On one hand, they suck. Rust Belt City is not a good term. It's a bad term for a city that's slowed down in progress and it's become rusty and old. And it's literally falling apart. But at the same time, it's got a certain charm to it. And I want to really encapsulate that in a build that hopefully will look like Rust Belt America. So we're going to do that. We're going to be doing that today. And yeah. So hello, everyone. I'm just gonna do a couple things real quick here. You know, some things are just so annoying. Take a peek here. Let us take a peek. And there is a problem. There is a Big problem. It's alright. It's alright, folks. We're fine. We are good. We're all good here. All good in the hood. Try and do that. Maybe I could load it up on my phone. Phone's at 50%. Yeah, that could work. I'll have to load up the chat on my phone. At least for a little bit. At least for the time being. Just to make sure that, oh, lordy lord. Lordy lord. For a little bit. At least for the time. I was hoping that something bad wouldn't happen from that. But anyways. Oh wait, no. My goal is to watch the live chat here, just to make sure that we are doing well. Doing very well. Oh no, what happened? You are not supposed to do all that. Oh god, it just blew up. Oh, I know. You know what? I think it was only the display capture. I think we're okay. I think we're alright. I think everything's fine. Right? Chat highlight. Webcam. Yeah, whatever. Cover block, chat box. Okay, yeah, everything's fine. Everything's good. We're all good here. We are all nice and beautiful. So, hi, folks. I am very glad that you guys could join me today. If you're tuning in from somewhere in Europe, it may be awfully late for you. Actually, it might be, like, dead early in the morning, so we're gonna have to, you know, we're gonna have to work around that schedule. Regardless, I am glad that y'all could join me today. I'm very excited to be back on the YouTube scene, at least for a little while, before college starts back up. I want to try and get back into it. Hopefully during college, I should be able to post frequent enough. I mean, for example, on Fridays, I have one class from 8 to 10, so I should be able to have enough time to be able to squeeze in a video or two, at least record it. So I would expect maybe an upload a month, at least. At most, I hope for way more, but one can only dream. So, we're going to be doing a couple things today. As I mentioned previously, we are going to be building sort of a Rust Belt American city. I really want to try and encapsulate a bad area of America that is very unfortunate, but I'm happy that it exists because that means I get to use it for content. Let me know if the audio is a little funky. Let me know if anything's off. Let me know, you know, whatever. Regardless, though, I'm glad that you guys could join me today as we do some building and babbling. Yes, I am LARPing as City Planner Plays. So, there you go. Right. Let's get into this. Now, I know that I don't think YouTube's the big streaming scene, is it? From what I know. Or maybe not. I don't know. I mean, that's not usually where you find... Like, if I look on Twitch, that's usually not where you find anything else in terms of that, but, like, who knows? And apparently, I have a different system as a whole. I have a whole different thing going on Twitch, but I don't think we're going to be streaming to Twitch. I want to stream to here. I have a bigger following here. Want to show my content to the world. All right, so we're gonna waste no more time. Waste no more of your guys' time. We are gonna get right into the show. And of course, I want to look at our playlist for this evening, or play set rather. We're gonna be using about 189 mods. Most of them are quality of life things. We got Lumina. We have Traffic, Move It. You know, all the classics really, all the cult classics. We also have a couple of assets. Big on the assets. I have some surface packs. I have agricultural surface pack. We have some real life brands as well, like an AT&T. I also got, and this is a cool one that I found. I found a really American one, a strip mall pack. Look at this. They're signature buildings. You can plop them down. They look absolutely stunning. They look gorgeous. They look dirty, ugly. I hate them so much, and we're going to be using them. So I'm very excited to use some of those. And then, of course, we do have some road markings, prettify the place. Australian medium density flats as well. This one I actually saw on a City Planner Plays video. He was using some of these, so I snagged them. I think they look really good for what it's worth. So we're gonna be using that today, as well as a couple of asset packs by, sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong, Patrickek. Or Patrickette. There we go. Patrickette. So, Patrickette makes some absolutely beautiful assets. He usually makes them as zonables. You can plop them down, but they will appear on their own when you just zone industry. That corresponds to what he made, which I think is absolutely amazing. So yeah, Patrickette, you're an awesome guy. I love you. Keep doing what you're doing. And, check out some of his assets. I think they're beautiful. I think they're great for a nice American build. He also has some European stuff as well. For this build, however, we're going to be looking at some maps. So the map that we're going to be using is going to be really, really nice. It's going to be a Michigan map, I think. I hope. Is it Michigan? Is it Michigan? All right, well, we'll find out. We will launch the game. We will find out what it is that's going on tonight, and we are going to do some building, and I am more than excited to finally get back into this with you guys. I have learned a lot over the last year in terms of not just humanity, but as well as how to be a content creator. So I'm very excited. Now, it's been a long time, so thankfully, though, I have been in the know. I've been in the know in terms of City Skyline 2's development. One thing that I learned was that Iceflake Studios took over instead of Colossal Order. Colossal Order basically got fired from Paradox due to some things. I don't really know. I didn't really look into it, but Iceflake's done a lot of really great work on the series, and I'm really happy to finally get back into the game after so long. I think it's been 6 months since I've last played City Skylines 2. Because the truth is I got bored. I got a little bored of the game. I got a little bored of the franchise. I got a little bored of urban planning, city building, communal developments. But then, as I got closer to the college, or rather high school graduation date, I just got that spark again. I built a nice city. I actually posted a video on the city that I built, and it took me about a week to do. I had a whole marathon, City Skylines marathon. So I figured, what better way than instead of just sitting there staring at my screen in utter silence, with nothing but my cat and my air conditioner, I would instead live stream me staring at a screen, building a city. But regardless, I think we're going to do a lot tonight. As I mentioned, want to build a nice American build, a real true homage to American history. After all, it is America's 250th year of existing, so I figured, why not do something? So, I did know that City Skylines 2 fixed their loading times. I stopped playing the game when that whole loading issue happened, where it would take upwards of 30, 40 minutes to load into the game. It looks like they fixed it. It wasn't actually, and I learned this, it wasn't even like the modded saves. It wasn't even the modded games either. It was the base game that had that problem too. So, you know what? I'm glad that Iceflake stepped in. And honestly, I would say the game runs faster. I don't have a crazy good computer. I mean, I have 64 gigabytes of RAM, but it's DDR4. I know most City Skylines YouTubers usually have DDR5, but is that really what I want to buy right now? No. I don't really think I want to buy that right now. So regardless, let's get into this. I hope I do have the map. I really want to show you guys the map that I've been getting into. Ah, here it is. It's Sheboygan. Sheboygan. It's in Michigan. And I figured this kind of looks like New York, like the mid-north of New York. It gets very flat, so I want to build a Buffalo-inspired one. I know a lot of people are probably going to be a little bit against that. However, I do really, really want to look at it. I really want to build on it. It's a great map for building a metropolitan area, and I think we could do a lot. It also has very county vibes, so we're going to be getting into that. We have a couple settings that we're going to be using. We're going to be using Unlock All and Natural Disasters. Now, I know that's a little controversial, right? Unlock All. I'm not playing with unlimited money. We're playing Unlock All only. Now, Unlock All just unlocks everything. So we don't have to worry about me cheating. If anything, it makes the game harder because it unlocks all the most expensive stuff. But it does start me with $6 million. But regardless. So we're gonna give the city a name, and I'm wondering, what do you guys have for this? What do you guys have for this? For an American style city, what kinds of names do we want to throw out? What kinds of things do we want to see? Just real quick, while we think together, we're just gonna take a gander, just make sure that the stream is in fact playing correctly. But yeah, let me know. What do we think about this? What do we think about this? You know, and I'm hoping that we get one brave individual to give us a nice name for the city. Of course, I have a name in mind, but I do want to see what the community thinks, because I absolutely love it when people are involved in City Skylines games. I personally haven't been as involved in the community as I probably should have been. It's a great community, really, I'd say. So I'll give you guys a solid minute. You know, it's the way things are, right? So now, one thing I want to do while we consider, I do want to load up Google Earth real quick, because I want to inspire it off of the actual, area that I want to build in. And so the peninsula, Sheboygan, Michigan. So this is the Upper Peninsula. I want to actually see what this map looks like. Yeah, it looks about what I thought it would look like. Very small. I wonder, you know, I'm actually curious if anybody actually is living here, who's watching the stream. That'd be really interesting. Anyways, yeah, it looks like we have a lot of farmland kind of surrounding it. Big open river, all kinds of stuff. And then we have what looks to be a little fishing dock. I kind of like this. It's a humble little, I would say, town. This is definitely a town. This is not a a city by any standards. I can see a lot of L1 residential. I do see, oh, this is a very interesting, look at that. Very interesting building right here. I want to see if maybe we could recreate that. This looks like an apartment complex, but this also says, what I'm seeing, Medi Lodge. Looks like it's a hospital. Oh, it's a rehab center. Oh, that's interesting. And of course, we have our classic smart style. This one's a new one. It's a hair salon. All right. I assume this is probably strip mall. So big on strip malls. Now, the area that we are going to be looking at today is the New York area. More specifically, we got two options in the area. We have Niagara Falls, classic city. Or, and we can see this is a city. You know, we've got a couple high rises. We have what looks to be maybe L4, L5 buildings, which is pretty good. Or we have the big boy, Buffalo. Yeah, Buffalo. I'm going to school in Buffalo, as you can tell. And I might really genuinely want to recreate this. I really want to recreate this area. The Buffalo downtown, I would not call it an iconic skyline. It's not eye-catching, but it is very unique. It is very different. You know, we have Ellicott Square over here. We have, you know, I think it's an absolutely beautiful city. It's something that's different, you know. It's not an aesthetically pleasing city, and that's not my goal. My goal is not to build an aesthetically pleasing city. It's to build the city, you know, the city of all time. So looking around the area, I can see a lot of things. First, we do have a beltway. We have what is that? I-90? Yeah, I-90. I-90 International Highway, first of all. That's what the I means for my non-American viewers. On top of that, yeah, we have the Fruit Belt. Wait, really? Is that really what it's called? Is that highway called the Fruit Belt? Or is this area called the Fruit Belt? That's very interesting. Yeah, we're going to be, as we build out, I think we're going to be looking at other things. You know, I want to try to get into building some of the campuses. The Buffalo campuses look absolutely beautiful, and I want to just take a gander at it real quick because it's an absolutely amazing, like, they have a really cool campus. So this is the University of Buffalo. It's a very pretty campus, I must say. Very unique architectural style. I've actually been thinking about commissioning somebody to recreate the University of Buffalo, at least the main campus portions, because I want to make it as accurate as possible. And, of course, we have, I forget what the lake's called here. Lake La Salle. Lake La Salle. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, and then we have some apartments. Like, it's an absolutely stunningly beautiful campus. And then we have some apartment complexes over here that are owned by some private developers that you can rent out here. I actually, fun fact, I almost actually got an apartment right here. I almost got an off-campus apartment. True story. They're very nice. They're very nice. And they have central AC. But I don't think the farther up north you get in America, the less likely it is that the halls and dormitories will be air-conditioned. It's just a fact of life. But anyways, yeah. And it's right next to, what is that, I-290, which runs up north. And then I-90 runs west. So that's how that works. I want to see if we can find University of Buffalo South Campus. This is the one that I really want to look at because this was the first bit of the University of Buffalo campus, and we can just really see the old style architecture. Honestly, this looks very, very similar to the City Skylines 2 University campus. And we can see here we have Sherman Hall. I actually took a tour in this building. Very beautiful, really, I must say. It's a very, very great area. And then, of course, we have the classic one. There's actually I think the bell on the top actually works, and it goes off every hour. From what I remember from my tour, I do remember it going off at 5 o'clock, which was really cool. So yeah, no. And I do also, we have this. This is a bus station, believe it or not. And actually, it's owned by the NFTA. It's the Metro bus stop, and it runs into, believe it or not, a subway system, a light rail system. Buffalo does, in fact, have light rail. It runs from South Campus, I'm pretty sure, all the way down to Ellicott Square, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, no, it's a very intricate system. It's a very small subway, but that's also because Buffalo had a big problem. We can see when we look at it, there is a lot of urban sprawl. A massive amount of urban sprawl. And I want to see if we can build a city that is exactly like this. It's very difficult to make a city like this because City Skylines 2 does not like it when you make suburban builds. They say you can build small. You can't. They do not like it. But we're going to try it anyways. And we're going to build all the strip malls. We're going to build all the really crappy infrastructure that this place has that makes it home to hundreds of thousands. So, yeah, without that, we are going to... Oh, wait! One more thing. Buffalo State. I'm not going to Buffalo State, but my brother did, and he said it's a very nice place. I mean, look at this. It's a very interesting campus. Like, it, like, shoots out like this. It looks really cool. Then we have some hotels around the area, and you can see the Bengals. Yes, the Bengals. I will not be rooting for the Bengals, though. I'll be rooting for the Bulls. That's right. That's what we do there. Right. So, let's get into this. Buffalo. So, I don't think we're going to name it Buffalo. I don't think that's in the nature. Also, we do have a couple more viewers. So, welcome in. If you have any ideas for a city name, I will be taking requests. So, for now, I think we're going to do blank New York. And if you want it to be a county, by all means, suggest it as a county name. But as far as I'm aware, this might just be a city. So, let's get into this. Hit start game. Now, we do have a couple of things that we're going to be doing. We're going to be editing the farmland as we play, as well as some of the oil resources. I just don't think that it reflects enough of the area of, like, the kind of Midwestern sort of style that we want to go for. Despite the fact that Buffalo is not Midwestern, the city itself is very Midwestern. And in the Midwest, there are tons of opportunities for farmland and agriculture. So I do want to highly reflect that. Now, our starting area is very unique, as well as our infrastructure. I do want to look at that, our roads. We can see we have a lot of roads and a lot of exterior connections. This is because this is a height map. So whoever made this, they gave me a lot of options for transportation. We can see that they are kind of everywhere. We have all types of stuff going on. And I do want to... I want to rename a couple things. So when we look at the Buffalo area, and this is something that I do want to take a little gander at here. We have a lot of areas that it can connect to, and I want to look at the Amtrak map real quick, just for a gander here. So I want to do see Amtrak map, Erie County. I think that's probably what we want to look for here. So we have, actually, you know what, let's just do New York. That's obviously, I think, a big part of Amtrak as a whole is where it goes. And when we look at this map, we have a couple of things going on here. So first, it goes into Canada, from what I know. I think, yes, it does go into Canada. So it goes into Canada. It stops at the Buffalo Exchange Street, and then Buffalo Depew, which this one is actually the airport. So that's where that stops. And then from here, it stops at Rochester, Syracuse, Rome, Utica, Saratoga Springs. Sorry if I'm pronouncing this very incorrectly. Schenectady? Schenectady. I think that's what it's called, Schenectady. And then we have Albany, obviously, Hudson, Rhine Cliff, Poughkeepsie, Croatian, Harrison, Yonkers, and then New York City, and it stops there. So from there, what we're looking at, and what my ultimate goal shall be, is seeing where we should name our lines. So from what I see, first we have Chicago. This one goes to Chicago. So we have the Empire Service, we have the Maple Leaf. That's the one that I actually took to get to Buffalo. It's a very nice train. And then we have Berkshire Flyer and Lakeshore Limited. So naturally enough, we're going to be building a city based off of trains. That's how we're getting people here. That's what they were. I mean, historically, Buffalo was built very big off of public transportation. At the height of the rail boom, Buffalo grew because of the train. So obviously we have to do that. Now, I mean, you know, historically it was actually a canal system. But it was the Erie Canal, but we're not getting into history right now. So, from here, we're going to name our routes. And I'm looking at this as if this is Ellicott Square. So, from here, the highway that goes to here, I want to rename this to Chicago. Now, obviously, I'm sure it stops somewhere else. I mean, there's a big distance between Chicago and Buffalo, but we're just going to name it Chicago just for now. And we're really just going to, you know, ensure that we have all of our ducks in a row and that everything is as realistic as possible. I could look at an Amtrak map for Chicago, but I just don't think that it's really that important for right now. I mean, if you guys want to pull up a couple stops that Amtrak does while we do the build, I will for sure name that stop, this destination, as something else. So then from here we have a few other things, and I just want to reiterate where exactly we're going. So we have two opposite directions. So this one obviously is going to stop at Rochester. I think that's absolutely the one. So Chow Grove is going to become Rochester. Absolutely. And then from here, I want to... All right, so it forks off there. It goes all the way down over to here. Royal Lakes. Now, this one, I want to just see. We could name this Syracuse. We could. The only problem is that Rochester and Syracuse are connected, but I think we're going to name it Syracuse just for simplicity's sake. Or actually, you know what? Nah, Poughkeepsie's way too far, but I think we could do Syracuse. We could do Syracuse. That's fine. I like that. Yeah, let's do Syracuse. Let's get that. Syracuse. All right. Lovely. Now we have our connections all established. And a little trick here. If you name this the same, and I don't know if I'm faking this or not, but I think if you name the destination, the rail and road connection, the exact same, you should get the same amount of traffic from the two, so they'll be connected. Yeah, just a thought. Just a thought. It's unverifiable if that's true or not, but we'll see. We'll see. So we're gonna name everything to what it should be. On here, and then I think I did do Syracuse for this one. I did. All right. So now let's actually get to building. So we have a lot of options really when it comes to building. We do start with some infrastructure, which is nice. We also start with a very unique kind of connection, a connection that I've never really seen before. Like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 connections, and then we also have some of these highways here, which I think my first order of business is absolutely, we're gonna get rid of the highway sections that we do not need, because I feel like this is just very messy. Again, this is a height map, so I'm not expecting like huge things here, but I think we could definitely clean it up just a little bit. So first off, we got to figure out where exactly we want to construct everything. I think downtown should definitely be developed here. I think that's absolutely what we should do. From here, I want to sort of connect it exactly like how Ellicott Square did it. When we look at it, when we actually look at Ellicott Square, the plan was basically have everything shoot out like a spider web. So we can see we have a little monument here in the middle, kind of like a plaza. We have the city hall, and then we have, I think that's a transportation department. A couple like smaller, like I wouldn't say skyscrapers, but they're high rises. This is probably a skyscraper maybe, but and then it branches out. So it's not really a circle. Like when you're driving, it is a circle, but when you are actually viewing it from above, it's more of a square. So I want to try and make that. So let's go back in. Also, anybody tell me if the music's too loud. I will adjust everything if need be. We actually have Wow, the most people of a stream, 10 people, 11 people even. That's nice. Hey guys, how you doing? My name's Brett. I'm glad that you guys could pop up in the stream for real. For real. Like, it means a lot to me. So anyways, we're gonna get started. We're gonna get in. And I want to create a really, really nice area. For what will be Ellicott Square. I think we are going to make it a circle, but we're definitely going to make it... we're going to try to make it square using a couple slip lanes and a couple techniques. You guys will see it. So, first off, let's get, I think, a 3-lane? 3-lane? I mean, what is Buffalo, anyways? Looks to be a 2-lane. It's probably a 2-lane. It's a 2-lane. Oh, we'll do a 2-lane. Why not? And then we could just bring it around town just like that. It's pretty good. And then from here, from this actual slip here, I want to... First, I want to mark this out just a little bit. Which one's the cheapest? Just for marking purposes. I want to go out to 10. So this looks to be about 10. So if that's 10... And then this is 10 as well. Seems a little large, doesn't it? Seems just slightly large. I think maybe instead we could do that. Oh, nope, that's not even. Sorry. Think this. That's pretty good. We can adjust it. We can adjust it later. How are we doing today, by the way? I might as well ask that. You know, enough about me. I want to learn about you guys. I want to say, like, what are we up to? What are we up to this hot summer? Very hot summer that we're having. I must say, it's absolutely ludicrous what we've been having lately. I actually haven't done too much this summer. I've just kind of been getting ready for college, you know, getting all my ducks in a row while we wait. And that's all we can do. I think we're going to make this 4-lane. 4-lane on each side here. Yeah, just like that. I think that's pretty good. And then from here, I want to extend our arterial out. Oh, want to make sure that's on. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think we did that on the edge. I don't want that to be uneven. That's pretty good. So now, what I think would definitely be warranted is if we connected... I think I want to urbanize this. I really do. It's calling to me. It is calling to me. Absolutely it is. I think it would just fit, folks. I think it would really fit if we could do that. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. I like that. So I think our next plan of action, we're gonna spider web this out, but we're gonna try and do it naturally. I think honestly, a good course of action is if we took Davenport Highway and we just connected into rural or Laurel. Sorry, I'm not doing that tongue twister thing, by the way. Do not ask me to do that. I'm terrible with tongue twisters. I sometimes I wonder if I have like a speech thing. Not an impediment, because that's an extreme word, right? But I don't know. Something's up in my noggin. Anyways. We are going to... Yeah, I think this is pretty good. I mean, maybe we could even edit the lanes. I think it's probably warranted. Actually, do I really want to edit the lanes? I think they're pretty good, right? Yeah, they're fine. They're fine for now. They're good. I think this will definitely become a bottleneck. Absolutely. But my plan is to build a beltway at some point, so that shouldn't be too big of a problem, but, you know. No, I'm not going to pull a Robert Moses. I'm not going to redline communities unlike him. Don't worry. Everyone in my community will be safe. I want to make this like a Buffalo if it wasn't bad. No offense. No offense. I'm just saying. You know, it could be better. So I think, what was it? It was snap to geometry. Yeah, we'll do that. We could have a bridge cross here. I wonder if we could. I have a couple of assets from I don't know if it's Smileys. No, it's not Smileys, but look at this. They look beautiful. I mean, oh gosh, these are German, but I feel like they would fit because if we think about it, Buffalo developed based off of the Dutch fur trade. If my history is correct, so I do really want to encapsulate that. Like, absolutely. Oh my god, this bridge looks stunning. Yes, absolutely, we gotta put this in. I have to do it. I have to do it. I've got to do it. What do we think, guys? Do you think this is nice? I think that this is great. I think this looks like a great bridge. This looks like a really nice part of the community that I think would almost be like an attraction of sorts. I think maybe we could even put in a truss in the middle. I kind of like the idea of that. I'm liking the idea of that. A nice truss. So let's take that and let's just move that in. Try and get it centered. Yeah, like that. Oh, a part of me would definitely... A part of me would absolutely love to put that in the middle. Oh my gosh, and it lines up beautifully. Look at that. That is amazing. It basically just snaps right in. I mean, not entirely perfectly. I think we're going to have to move it just a little bit like that. I think definitely a little bit more centered. Yeah, like that. Oh, yes. Wow. I absolutely love custom bridges in City Skylines. They just look... They look fantastic. And we have so many more others. Like, we have this German tunnel. And I think, honestly... Oh, yeah, I wish this was mountainous. Imagine a tunnel system. Like a rail track that goes through here. A German wall. Oh my gosh, we're gonna have so much fun this build, guys. We're gonna have so much fun. I'm gonna absolutely adore this build with you guys. So what I want to do, I want to take this highway back a little bit, and I want to connect it back in with an arterial. Absolutely, it's definitely what I want to do. I think I got a little distracted there. See, you know, I don't actually know. I don't know if 16 people are watching or if 16 people have viewed this. I'm very much wondering that. I'm wondering what you guys think here. If 18 people are watching me, that's incredible. If 18 people have watched me, that is also incredible. I'm not a picky guy. Oh yeah. Yeah, that looks pretty good, I would argue. What do we think? What do you think? Do we think this is good? What are we thinking of this? This might be pretty nice. And you know what? I think... Oh, French water tower in the center. Let's see what that looks like. That looks great. Wow. I think we should definitely construct something like that. Oh, no! That is horrible. You know what? I have a cheese. I have a cheese, folks. It's gonna take a little bit of bronze, but I think we could get it to work. Perfect. I mean, it's not perfect. It's actually very off-center, but you know. Oh god, that looks terrible. All right, we're gonna do a different one. We're gonna do one that does not require a road connection. Does it tell me if it needs? Oh, okay, it does say road required. This one doesn't, and this one kind of looks like the French one. This one's Dutch, right? Oh, 1920s Dutch architecture. Well, why not then? You know, I'm thinking. See, it says 3 viewers. It says 3 viewers. I'm just curious if I have 19 viewers or not. No, I totally do. I absolutely do, because it says 19 watching right now. Wow, I have a classroom of people watching me. That is actually crazy. I would have never guessed. I would have never guessed something like that happening. Ever in my life. I do want to... I do want to fix up some of these. Just a couple. Because I don't really think we need a lot of them. I mean, I think the best way to manage traffic is doing stuff like this. I think that's usually like the better way. I do want to get a slip lane though. I do want to get some kind of slip lane. I think we'll fill this in with concrete, or you know what? I know exactly what we can do here. And this fits because in the actual Ellicott Square, the lines are yellow. So it does fit. It does make sense for me to make it a highway. Honestly, I think it would probably help with traffic too. Where are we watching from, folks? I wanna try and figure out that old mystery. There's plenty of places we could be having right now. Throughout a continent. Maybe I could try and guess where we are. Also, I don't know if this is gonna work, so I think what we're gonna do instead, I think I'm gonna try and basically guess where it's going by just making it 5. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Oh, you know what's funny? I think, is this Fruta Guerrero? Ha! Oh, that's funny. That's good. We got Fruta Guerrero playing. Yeah, why not? Why not? A little bit of aquatic ambience. Aquatic ambiance, if you may. Yeah, that's right. I said it. I said aquatic. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. Alright, anyways, I think we're gonna make this a one-way. I want to try and minimize traffic as much as possible. I do not want to have to go into the downtown and redo this. I don't want to have to fix anything if I don't have to. So, we're gonna go into there. I think... Okay, we need to figure out a grid size. I want to get your honest opinion on this. Are we thinking a 10 by 20 grid? Or... a 10 by 15 grid? I feel like both would work. I feel like both could work. I mean, if I really think about it, both would be beneficial. Like, maybe the farther out we go, it turns into a 10, and then inside, it's a little denser. It's more of a 15. Could be the move. Could definitely be the move. What do we think, guys? What do we think? What are our honest opinions on this? I am still baffled. Are 3 people watching me? Or are 23 people? I'm very confused. I'm very much I mean, it says 23 viewers. It would only say views if it was a recording. If it was a VOD, right? You guys think about this grid here. I want to see. I just want to see. Oh. Yeah, I guess, yeah. I did just look it up. I guess Streamlabs might be wrong. But I also don't know. Streamlabs is also pretty active in what it does. It's not bad. You know what? I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to question it. I want to assume... I want to assume that not 24 people are watching me. I want to assume that 24 people have watched my stream. And that only 3 are viewing it. Like, currently. And I know one of those is me. Because I have the stream pulled up on my phone. Huh. Yeah, you know, what an interesting thing, to be honest. What a strange world we live in. It is. Wait. Oh my gosh. Wow, 23 people are watching me. Okay, I'm gonna stop bothering that then. Wow. That's awesome. Thank you for tuning in, folks. This is the highest stream count I've had in any stream ever I've done. I do not count TikTok. I don't do that. That's not what we do around here. We have a 10. So what I want to do, I want to extend this out, like just in random directions. I want to kind of make this look like a spider web, similar to the real buffalo. The real buffalo does that. I want to take a gander at that. Yeah, you can see, and this was definitely before development. You can see how the road reconnects back here. What I want to assume is that, I mean, the 1805 plan is a very, very old plan. The Ellicott City plan is a very old plan, but it does work. It is a very good plan. It's honestly one of the better urban plan designs that I've seen. I know that there was one that, I don't know if it was Oregon that someone wanted to do, and it was like hexagons. And then there's the Walt Disney urban planning design, which was also really good. But I think the Ellicott plan is definitely good for an urban design that was, for a city plan that was actually like implemented and it worked. Ah, Tim Hortons. We have to put in a Tim Hortons. What is my problem? How did I forget this? How did I forget this? Well, regardless. Is this a dump site? This city's magical. Alright, anyways, yeah, so we have all that. But back to what I was saying about all of this. You can see that this is what I want to assume to be a main arterial. Yeah, it is, because we go into here and it becomes a 2-lane. So we are doing it correctly. So I want to... Well, let's go back in. Let's go back in. Just take a couple ganders there. I've said ganders a lot this stream. So we're gonna bring everything out 80 in no particular direction. Here, I think we're probably going to reserve. I think we're probably going to do something different on this side. Actually, you know what? Both sides. Both sides. Because there's levels to this. There's levels to this. This is the first phase, which is actually building the downtown, and I'm going to stop wasting your time here. So I do want a 10... I guess a 10 by 10 grid on every side wouldn't hurt. And they won't be exactly 10, but we're going to be filling them in with ploppables, so that shouldn't be too big of a problem. I think this one will probably stretch out. Yeah, I like that. And then from here, I think we're going to get into a more formalized grid. So we're going to do a 10... We're going to do a 10 by 20. I think we're going to definitely do a 10 by 20. I think it'll come out a lot more organized. And again, I'm not worried too much about the grid looking the way it does, simply because, like, we're going to be filling things in with buildings. This might be a park or two. You never know, right? And this is also a very old plan, so I really want to reflect that in the build. So how far out did we go here? We went 8.51. I like the, Alright, so I guess it's right about here. Again, doesn't have to be exact, I wouldn't say. How many did I do on this side? I did 2 on this side. Well, we'll do 3 on this side. I'm very excited to show you guys my some of the assets that I've obtained over the last while. I'm very excited for it. I think you guys are gonna really like some of the zonables that I have added into this playset for this series. I think y'all are gonna really enjoy it. Some very American. They're very American, I will say that. Firsthand. I think we have some pretty good road hierarchy going on. We got our arterials, we have the main roundabout, we have the main traffic circle, rather. I'm going in for environmental design and urban planning, and yet I can't name the names of road hierarchy systems. It's insane. It's insane work, folks. 10, we're gonna run that in. Like that. I think the magic of these kinds of cities... Oh, would be a total bottleneck. I want to go into the network tools. Also, if you have not ran into network tools yet, please install the mod. Network tools is a fantastic mod. It really is. We're gonna skip past this one. This one isn't that good. I mean, come on, guys. This is a great playlist for this. Yeah, we're gonna make this. Look, you can make it a super node. You can have slope tools. You can have it ease in and out. You can have an arch slope. All types of stuff. Actually, you know what I might do? We're actually gonna use this to make a an arch, very mild arch. Do that 50%. Just have it go up a little, like that. Apply the slope, and that is a great example of how to use this thing. Look at that. Wow. That is stunning. Sorry, guys. I gotta stop looking at that bridge, or else I'm gonna be here all night. I'm blown away by how far City Skylines 2 modding has come. It's really something else, to be honest. It really is. I have a couple of things here. I'm going to turn this into a roundabout, I think. You know, we will see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. I want to figure out where I want to put my train station. So the real-life Buffalo Exchange Street is very far away from downtown, admittedly. Oh, sorry, that wrong thing. We're going into Google Earth here. By the way, guys, if you want Google Earth Pro on the desktop, it's discontinuing next year in June, so make sure you snag it onto your desktop, or else you won't be able to download it. All right, so we have... Where was Buffalo Exchange Street, anyways? I think it was... Yeah, right here. Or we're getting there. Hang on. Exchange Street train station. Exchange Street, Buffalo. Oh, it was literally right here. It's hidden under the freeway. Look at that. It was a very eerie thing. Huh? Huh? Like the pun? Sorry. I'll stop. But, yeah, you can see. It kind of looks like the Tacoma Union Station. I wanna show you guys that right now. There was an asset that I got called the Tacoma Union Station. It looks kind of similar, just a little bit. It's a really great asset. Too bad the upkeep is ludicrous. We cannot afford something like that. Well, we're gonna start at the small one. We're gonna work our way up, but also I think Buffalo. Oh, it's only one. Wow, wow! It is only one stop. It's a one-side station. Huh? Who would have guessed? And then we have the bypass tracks that would go through. But you can see, like, it is a very unique kind of construction. It's very strange how they managed to do this. I think it runs underneath it, and it can't scan it very well, but I know what it's doing. Yeah, it runs underneath it. It actually runs through a bridge. Wow, that is really something else. Yeah, but Buffalo's got some really interesting architecture. Because a good old Robert Moses. Anyways, I think we're gonna put... Where do I want the train station to be? Definitely here. Definitely here. I don't want it to be directly in the middle of downtown, but I think I might want it to be right here. Also, because we already have, like, this open parcel that's kind of awkward to deal with, so it would only make sense. And honestly, I think we could get rid of that. And I think we'll make this pedestrian street. What are we thinking of that? I think that's good. So then from here, what kind of train station can we fit? We can fit a medium. Can we fit a regular one? We cannot. I just want to consider that for the future. I do want to leave an open parcel here for future expansion when we need it. But right now, I think we're going to do an Eastern European train station. Wait. Only 10? Only 10 comfort? This one has 30 comfort. But how the comfort mechanics kind of work is... like, the higher the number is, the more likely people already actually use it. So, you know, just a consideration for your own builds. I think we are going to use the EE train station because if we can recolor this, I'm going to be a happy camper. We can't. So I don't know if I want to use this. But it does kind of look like it has the same overhang that Exchange Street has. It also has very similar parking too. I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted. For the first time in a long time, I don't know what to do. And we have the medium train station. Well, the medium train station has this median in the front. You know what? I think we'll work with it. We will work with it. We'll work with it for now. This is industry right here. This is absolutely all industry. I can see it now. So I think we're gonna... Well, no, do I want to be done with the grid? Do I want to be done with the grid for now? Also, this is driving me nuts. Sorry, guys. I gotta change this. Or else it's really gonna drive me nuts. It's gonna drive me crazy. Yeah. I think that's good. Rather, yeah, that looks a lot less awkward than it originally did. Yeah, that's a lot cleaner. We'll work with that one. Yeah, it's a 10 by 20, so, you know. 10 by 20 there, and then I think we're gonna curve that road in. And we're gonna continue our grid once more. I want to take a break from the train station real quick. We'll get back to that. Don't worry. Right now, however, do want to do some other things. I think something I don't want traffic piling up there, so I think we're gonna send it back there, and we're gonna add that. I think we're gonna make the alley a one-way. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. 10 by 15. And then we'll do a 10 by 20. So it's kind of what I said earlier. About things looking funky, you know? Wow. I think in terms of the grid, I would I say that there are bottlenecks? Absolutely. But I think that they can be fixed once we go in with some one-ways. Sorry guys, I just had to do something real quick. Don't worry, we'll be right back. Alright, anyways. Okay. Alright. So let's continue. Let's continue the grid here. Let's get just a couple. Just really building it out. I think we could turn this into a super node. I think that would fit it. Oh, we can't. What happens if I just... Ugh. Yo, who going on the DNA intersection? That is insane. Yeah. So you're gonna take a left on Gardenia Street. You're gonna end up on Summerfield Street, and then you're gonna get to the DNA, and you're gonna evolve into Frostwood Street. That's what you're gonna do. I love this mod. It's a great mod. Okay, I don't think this will get backed up. I really don't think it will. You know what I gotta do? I gotta stop worrying about the future. I gotta stay in the present. We worry about that later. Eventually there will be a stream called Fixing My City. And it's just 5 hours of me yelling and cursing at my screen, wondering why the game keeps crashing when one car accident happens. True story. I don't know. The game does that sometimes. If you have the mod cleared the way, I learned that could happen. The AI, like, freaks out. It's not built to move to the side of the road. I wish the AI did that, though. That'd be a nice feature. If, like, when there's a car accident or something and an emergency response vehicle is coming through, the traffic will actually respond instead of just, like, making them sit there. Like, that's what the law is in, like, every city in the world, right? At least, I mean, maybe in some countries it's a little different, but I think the principle's still the same, isn't it? Where it's like, if you are in traffic, sitting in traffic, and you see an ambulance, police car, fire truck coming towards you, you are supposed to move to the side of the road and put your hazards on. It can't just be an American thing. There's no way, because I've seen it happen in a couple, like, European videos I've watched. Like, you know, dash cam videos and whatnot. I don't know. But I also don't want to lie. I don't want to lie to you people. If there's a European watching right now, is that a real thing? Is that a true thing? Or am I lying to everyone at home right now? Yeah, I wonder if there's anything that's like a live stream. You know what I mean? Like a live stream where they have actual overhead. It's like a game show kind of thing where they have like a live audience. That's just called a TV show. Never mind. I'm clearly I'm eager to have summer be over. Anyways. We do have... I think this could be a park. I think this whole parcel, I think we'll unlock that parcel. So far, I think this is a great, like, starting area. Now we have to build out, and I'm going to urbanize this so we could build out our industry. This is going to be a big city, so I brace for impact here with how much infrastructure we're putting on the ground. Oh, that's really weird. Why is that happening? Oh, gosh! Did it just get rid of the whole road? It did. It got rid of the whole road! Alright, well. I suppose we can start over. That's okay. That is A-okay. This game likes to rage bait me, as one would say. But I am not for it. I am not one for the rage bait. They were just going to bring it out by 100. I don't think there's really a reason to have the road curve at all. I mean, unless if I wanted to follow this, but this is an arterial, so we could do that with others. I'm going to have the highway come back in, though. Both of them, unfortunately. I am, though, going to double back real quick, and we're going to make this... just like that. I do want to lower the, or rather increase the traffic capacity. Oh, that's pretty solid. It's not bad. So from here, I reckon we could... I mean, we have a couple options. So I think the first thing that we're going to do... We're very much going to get some kind of cargo port going. Or no, not cargo port. We're going to get a cargo station going. We're going to be big on trains. I love trains. There we go. Yeah, I like that. We'll do a very similar grid. I think this one will be more uniform though. We do need a transformer station though, so we're gonna place that down. Again, I like the Netherlands. I love the Netherlands station. The architecture, I'm surprised that it's the least subscribed to asset pack in the game. I'm baffled. It's a great pack. It really is. I think we're going to turn this into another arterial, and we're going to run this down, and it'll connect here. I think that's great. What do we think of this, guys? Do you think this is good? Oh, you know what? I think YouTube appears to be a little slower now, doesn't it? Appears to be slightly slower right now. Very interesting. Just want to make sure that everything is, Oh, you know what? Am I streaming this onto Shorts? Wait. Is that where all my viewers are coming from? Am I streaming this to Short? No, I'm not. Why can't I just accept that people like me? Why can't I just do that? That people enjoy me. Enjoy my presence. For once. God forbid. And we could do something like that. Wait, this was 10, right? Yeah, that was 10. 10 by 15. I think we'll shrink it down there just to really cram it in. Cram in as much as we can here. Ten by 10. Yeah, like that. And then what I want to do, we're gonna go back in, we're gonna demolish this so we can put down a rail depot. And I think there is the compact rail yard. That's the one that I want. Nice and small. It's a petite. Yay! There we go. That's great. It's wonderful. I wonder if anyone's ever watched my videos to sleep. I wouldn't say that I have a comforting voice per se, but I would probably say that... I would say that I'm okay. You know? I do want to adjust the camera a little. Oh, see, well, that's too much. Like that? That better? That better for you guys? Warmer light. Yeah, it's nice. I like that. I like that a lot better. So now... Let's go back in. We're making progress, though. We are making progress. So we're gonna run this all the way in, and it's just gonna connect very simply. I don't want to be guppy brained here. So there is, obviously, it needs to connect into something, and I'm wondering where I want this to go. I'm thinking Rochester and Syracuse. I'm thinking that those should be our two lines. Oh my gosh, wait, what happened? What happened to the grid? I thought I had, like, a thing going here. The heck? That was weird. Okay, it wasn't too much. It was just a little bit. I think we'll have a big old walking field there. Now, okay, there's no upgrades to this, and it's only 10 comfort. I don't want to do that. I want to have something that's actually useful. So, medium. There we go. Nice. All right, so now I want to turn this around, and I'm just noticing something. Oh, wait, no, we're not going that way. Sorry. Whoops. We're gonna... I hate rail so much. But, you know, I like rail. I'm not gonna LARP. I'm not gonna LARP hate. I hate. Now, but there is... Okay. So where are we going now? Oh, no, we have this fork in the road. I can't go that way. Well, no, I could. It's possible for me to. So we're gonna make this a two-way. I actually had a nightmare last night that I was building a rail system in City Skylines 2, and all the trains got stuck, and I screamed like bloody murder, and then I woke up. I didn't know where I was. It was really scary. Like, I woke up in a cold sweat and everything. I think it's a really nice system, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you right now. I think this is, like... I think I knocked it out of the park here. Alright, so... Now, I want to reorganize all this. This stuff is kind of all over the place. So, I think there. And right there. And right there. And we will make a sewage outlet right here. Laziest place to put it. Like, no, it'd be it'd be hidden pretty well. You know what? Let's do that. Oh no. I hope I didn't screw it up. Line it up. Yeah, just like that. It's perfect. This is cool. I enjoy it. I enjoy this. So now, with that being said, I think we are probably pretty good. I want to make just one more connection right there. And then we got to edit the traffic lights. Run that all the way down. And then we're going to get rid of the crosswalks on the median. And I think, you know what, I think the only thing we're going to do, I think we're going to put a signal here. Because I want pedestrians to have the priority on that road. I mean, obviously it's a pedestrian street, right? So, and we're going to do the exact same thing here. And here. And here. And here. And here. And here. And then just kind of cleaning everything up. Just kind of making sure that it's all well and good. And that is gone. That has disappeared from me. I don't know what happened. Okay. Oh, man. Gotta wipe the sweat from my brow from that one. That was a big old project here. It's pretty good. Okay, so now we are going to make Passenger Railway tool. I'm going to have it stop at Rochester. It's going to stop back at the station, then it's going to go back to Syracuse, and then back into here. And that's good. That's perfect. I do want to edit it. We have Tygon's rail infrastructure, so it causes like a million things to go around. Yeah, like this diesel thing. I want it to be an American passenger train. And we're going to make the ticket price 5. Is 5 like a normal price? I mean... Oh, we're also going to lower the assigned vehicles. I guess 3 is enough. Alright, so we're going to name this the Amtrak Maple Leaf. I cannot believe I spelt maple wrong there. And we're going to have this be a nice dark blue. Right? Because if we look at the map... Oh, the Maple Leaf's actually light blue, first of all. So I do want to fix that. There we go. Alright, nice. So... hit play. And just let the game update for a second here. Alright. So we have a couple options here in terms of what we want to do. Obviously, I think commercial. I think that is... Yeah, I think that this is definitely needed. Commercial right here is kind of a no-brainer, almost. I want to see if we have any signature buildings we could use. We have a couple. We have a couple. For the commercial, I want to put the Iron Press building right here. This is a mixed building, but it's also a beautiful building, and I really like it. So we're going to do that. It kind of complements the train station as well. And hey! We have our first customer. Isn't that so nice? Uh-oh. What happened? What happened? What did we do? Fine, I'll get rid of it. We'll use the vanilla one instead. Maybe that'll work better. Please. Okay, good. The little concern there. Is this gonna glitch out? Shouldn't. En route. I just realized you should probably make this a 2-lane, shouldn't we? Otherwise, these things are going to be waiting here for hours. I just don't want to have to deal with it. I just don't. Okay. Yeah. It's pretty good. Oh, wait. I just realized. Yeah. No, we have to, we have to zone in things. I think we're going to do Midwest residential. Along these. I mean, definitely. Definitely Midwest residential. And these ones are very tight-knit and narrow. They're like one step below row homes. They also look very, very American. So we're going to do that. I think some along the water there. And I want to reserve that section for commercial. So we're going to do that. Then I think some office zones along these corridors would definitely fit. Yeah, it's great. We're just going to speed up the time real quick. I do want to... You know what? Actually, instead, I think what would be a little bit better if we put row homes here. Just along there. And we are going to make it a little walkable. It creates a nice separation between the two zoning types, in my opinion. I like doing it. It's always interesting how it only zones so much of them. Look. It won't zone anymore. I cannot begin to understand why. But regardless, we do have the... We have the ploppable version, so that's okay, I guess. That's pretty decent. Hey, we got 2 people coming to town. That is really nice. Looks exactly like the color, too. Probably that makes a little bit of sense. All right, now. So listen, I want to do some historic. I want to mix in some historic around here. It's absolutely what we want. And you know what? I want to do some of Joe's ploppable. These are stunning for some old-timey kind of industry. And they mesh really well together. Like, look, see? Looks really nice. Also kind of complements the building here. So, I think we're going to add in a small parking strip along there. Yeah, I like that. I really like that. We'll turn that in. Just like that. Perfect. Yeah. That's cute. It's really cute. You know, I think we'll make this even better. I think we'll add in some net lanes. Like that, yeah. That's nice. That is really nice. You just want to take a gander here. I think our unemployment's probably... Oh, wow, that's surprising. Keeps skyrocketing, too. Ugh, man. I do really like these. Like, the modding community has really gotten good over the years, I'd say. We went from having to, like, brute force our way into modding the game into actually modding the game and having, like, real assets that are just very high quality, mind you. By some awesome creators. Like, I must say, it's baffling. I think we're going to get rid of the water tower. It's too expensive. We can place it down when we're actually making money, but I think importing water might just be cheaper in the long run. Or in the short run, rather. Let's see. Is it? Is it? Honestly, I think even something as simple as sewage, like we can import that as well. See what I mean? The import costs are cheaper. We're making money now. It's very interesting. We can lower that as well as... Oh, they changed it. That's interesting. All right. I think our max is 90. Yeah. How did someone already commit a crime here? How did that happen? I need to know. Because I am very confused by how that even happened. I would argue that this is pretty solid. Wow, was that my cat? That is my cat. That is indeed my cat. I should let him say hi. I should totally let him say hi. I got a new cat. From last year I showed you my old one, but this one's a kitten. Let me go get him. His name is Sparkplug. I think you'll like him. This is my kitty. His name is Sparkplug. Look at him. Say hi. Say hi. He is an American medium hair, and I love him so much. I love you so much. But he's feisty. He's a kitten. He's got that kitten energy. He loves bites. Oh, it's time to go away. Look outside. Oh, no, I guess not. Alright. Fair enough. He ran away, folks. That is a-okay. And hey, we're making money. We are now 800 in the green. It was about time. I hope that you guys got a good view of him. I really hope so. His hair, his fur got all on my face. It is, ugh, very disgusting. Oh no. You didn't see that. You did not see that. I'm not an authoritarian tyrant like that. Oh, these are nice. I think these are some assets too. Some of them are plopped down themselves, so... Yeah, for example... Yep, see, this one was by Patrick Het. Excellent asset creator. Really like his work. Really like it. It adds a lot. It adds a lot to a community. So I think we're getting there in terms of filling everything out. Oh wait, I just realized that I do not want zoning along there. We're gonna do pretty much the exact same thing that we did on that side over here as well. Did it just not allow me to make a simple path from one end to the other? Wait, really? Oh, I was just crazy. Okay. I was very, very confused. Not enough employees. I feel like that is a you problem because we're growing very rapidly in population. I'm just saying that now. Yeah, I think we're making enough money to where we can upgrade again. I think that and ticket machines, probably. Again, it upgrades the comfort, so... If it updates the comfort and it makes it higher, more people will use the train, and that's a good thing. Case in point. Case in exact point. 14 people. That's nice. 2 dogs, too. I wonder if that's counted in the passengers themselves, or if that's listed as a separate thing. I'm unsure. Sorry, I just had to check something on the floor there. That was weird. Very strange. We have lodging. We have a lot of hotels. I'm just now realizing. Yeah, I'm just now realizing this. All of it is lodging. People really like that small town American vibe, I suppose. Also, we're handling traffic very well, I would say. Like, in all due respect, like, the through traffic coming through is not that bad. Hey, just like the real Maple Leaf. Literally nobody's using it. Not a soul. Got a good amount of people around there. It's not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. Wow, I'm very surprised that it... I'm surprised how easy it is to make money. It used to be a lot more difficult to do that. How can you not find a job? How are you unable to? How? I feel like there's plenty of people moving in right now. We are actively developing. How are you having issues? Again, at a certain point, I feel like it's you, not me. I mean, come on now. I mean, I'll feel free to develop all I need, but At a certain point, man, you gotta pull yourselves up by your bootstraps. It's ridiculous. What is the unemployment, anyways? It's 17%. What, do people not want to... Do people just not want to work? That is a very interesting thing. I'm not bad at this game, I swear on my life. I have like I have 1,000 hours in this game. I know what I'm doing, but I don't get it. You know, maybe no one wants to work in your business. How about that? Yeah, how about you go shove it, man? I do want to play some more of Joe's Ploppables anyways, so... I guess it kind of made sense at the end of the day. It was gonna go. It was gonna go. Calm down. Crickets. It's alright. It's alright. I'm not the most interesting person in the world. Alright, so we have that. Don't get what their issue is. Okay, what I could do for now... What I could do... Because I want this to be like a starter city. Obviously, I'm not going to work on this like forever, ever. But we're gonna make decent amounts of progress tonight. I think the final thing that I really want to do, maybe, is I want to make a nice farm right here. I feel like it would be a really good addition to everyone if we had that. So I'm going to clean up some of these intersections. And we're going to do that. Oh, ouch. Almost. Not almost. I did just hit my microphone. Do that. Alright, let's see what our contour lines are. Yeah, dead flat. Exactly like what I thought. Wow, that was a perfect swing. Did you see that? That was insane. That was insanely good. I think agriculture, in my opinion, is probably the nicest thing about this game. Being able to actually plop down your own industries and watch them develop. It's a very underrated feature, I would say. Having the modularity of City Skylines 2. City Skylines 1, you couldn't do anything without mods. Like, really. You couldn't. And that's a hot take. Like, City Skylines 1 was very limited in what it could do. It was also a very old game and running off of a very old version of Unity, so... You know. Though, in retrospect, do I think that City Skylines 2 should have been developed in Unity? Absolutely not. For a game of this scale, I feel like that was a big mistake. But I'm no developer. I don't know what's right for the people. I suppose that's what they wanted. And I guess it made it easier to develop the game, like its sequel. Simply because... Simply because they already had the same game engine. They also already had, like, the same level of, knowledge about the game engine. Learning a game engine's difficult. I tried to learn Unity. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. I think this is a good-looking kind of starter farmland. I think it'll bring a lot of jobs. If the unemployment is very high, I'm going to scream. Okay, good. It did lock in. It locked back in eventually. It's very concerned. Yeah, you can see, like, I feel like there'd be farmland here. I should not have to buy a tile to get, what, these little patches? No. We don't do that around here. Not what we do. Add fertile land. We add it in. No, it is not cheating. It's not cheating, it's building something aesthetically pleasing. There's a big difference. Hey, and I could have done more. I could have been greedier. I'm building within my means, alright? Again, there's a big difference. Like, I want to just plop them randomly. I don't really keep too much track of it. Livestock farming. Think we could definitely get some of those. Plop down. Textile. Or textile. Is it textile? Or is it textile? I think it depends on what region of the world you're from. I feel like it could be either or. This will also make things insanely cheap for everyone. If nobody has a name for this city by the end of the stream, which will be probably in 30 minutes or so, I will be naming it myself. Of course, I will not denounce other future recommendations for city names. I won't. I won't. I will not. You may request to your heart's content. But I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, that's what's making me think that there's not actually 60 people watching. I feel like one person would have said something by now. You know what I mean? Maybe chats are blocked. That'd be funny. That would be so funny. If I had this big stream and it was just crickets simply because I didn't turn something on. I don't know. I don't know a lot about streaming, so I could have done something wrong. P.S. Now would be a great time to tell me something. To see if I'm actually doing anything wrong. I know that this is a very slow and painful process, but trust me, it's worth it in the long term. We also have like, yeah, we only have one more to do, so whatever. Oh, we're definitely not going to be in a deficit for anything anytime soon. And that's for true. Hey. Oh. Hello. Washington George 6057. Hey man, welcome to the stream. How are we doing tonight? How are we doing tonight? You are my first noble viewer. Also, I have a question for you. I have a little question for you, a little questionnaire, if you may. Are there 58 people actually watching the stream? Like, what's the number on your screen here? I'm very curious about what it is that we're looking at it here. On Streamlabs, it says that there's 3. On YouTube, it says that there's 59. So I'm very much wondering if that's the case. Of which case that is. Metaphorically speaking. 59 currently. Okay, alright. Huh. Well. That about answers my question. I wish that YouTube would make it so that there is no delay. Because there's like, I think, a minute long delay. It's insane. It's bonkers. I'm surprised that there's 59, though. Twitch, I get... YouTube, I get 59. But it makes me wonder if they're real. And this is not an insult to anyone. It's just simply because there's no activity on the stream. So it's making me question things. Also, what is the unemployment currently? It's 8.4. Okay. Oh, V opens up the city statistics? That's cool. I appreciate the real Americanization of all this. Really like it. We have motels just up the wazoo, and then gas stations. I mean, there's a lot of through traffic, though, so I guess it makes sense. You know, as long as they're making money, man. I mean, what's their profitability? But we also don't really have a lot of people living here, so I guess that makes sense. Alright. Let's get some more here. It's the $1 Million Mile, I suppose. There's a high amount of activity here, though. And hey, we have 2 passengers waiting. I do want to stimulate more people to take the train here, because I just want to see people absolutely flood out. So we're going to make it $2. $2. 2 USD for now. What's our unemployment again? It was 8.3. Okay, that's... I think it's just because the economy is kind of figuring itself out right now. But we're still going to work on it before it gets bad. I reckon that's good. It's pretty decent. Oh no, what happened? Something got stuck. It got stuck. It got stuck on something or someone. We are making 100k. Let's get a police station down. And I think a perfect one, I've been eyeballing this one. UK police station. It's a perfect asset for this. I think... Let's put it... Suburbs before the city begins. Exactly. Exactly, my friend. Hey, in order to build up, you gotta build out first, I suppose. Also, there isn't really much of a city, is there? It's kind of like a neo-city. That sounds radical. It sounds radical as hell. Neo-cityism. A term used to describe a city that is not actually a city. I.e., Buffalo. Buffalo's a city. Don't worry, don't come at me. Don't come at me just yet. Don't come at me with forks and knives. Why? But then it's really funny, because then the company just won't fill in, and it'll just be a blank spot. Like, why would you build commercial here if you're not gonna actually use it? You know what I'm saying? Like, these I plot myself. I'm expecting no one to use them. But these, you're building them yourself. Also, what are we doing? Why are there 2 of them? This happens every game. Every single game, this happens. Yeah, I think this was a very smart maneuver on my end, doing all of this. It's very nice. It's very therapeutic looking at a city that's just like, traffic's not backing up and it's just actually working. Oh boy, they're treating this like an arterial. We can see that using the traffic flow. Oh no, no. They're using it. Only relevant cities in New York or New York City, Albany and Rochester, that's about it. Yeah, Buffalo fell flat on its face after the 50s. It just... Because that's what happens with urban sprawl, man. Oh, let me build a bunch of low-density residential. Ah, gee, no one wants to work in my city anymore. It's stupidly annoying to drive in, and it's, like, literally impossible to get anywhere. Yeah, man, it's ridiculous. So the only reason why Rochester, New York City survived is because they didn't rely... One, they didn't rely on one industry. Buffalo failed, or almost failed. It hasn't failed yet. It's on. It's rejuvenating itself. But they didn't rely on one industry. Buffalo relied on grain milling. Oh, who does that? Who tries to get 500,000 people to work in a grain industry? And they did this for dozens of years. Through World War II, they did this. And I guess that at that time, sure, it was warranted. You had to make food for the soldiers, but still. Like, how are you struggling that much to figure out how to get someone else? Detroit is like Buffalo in like the same sense that it had one industry, but the thing is that motor vehicles were a lot more prevalent in society than grain milling. So, like, obviously, yeah, you know, Detroit survived a lot longer, and it would have been a great city. It would have been, honestly, in my opinion, it probably would have been larger than New York City in terms of, like, prevalence and not infamy if they didn't deal with all that corruption stuff. That's why Detroit fell, was because of corrupt mayors, corrupt politicians, corrupt governors that just didn't want to do anything in the city. They just wanted to use it for money. But regardless, it was still it was a very sad thing, though, Detroit. It's getting better, though. Detroit's fixing itself. But anyways, yeah, back to what I was saying about Buffalo. You can't rely on one industry for a city. Another city that I played, that was actually played on the same map, and you know this as well. This guy knows this. Washington knows this, I think. I hope, unless if I'm thinking of someone else. But the city only had one industry, and that industry was petroleum. So trying to escort myself away from petroleum was very difficult, and it caused the complete and utter downfall of the entire city, and it was very sad. 80,000 people, too. It was almost going to be my six-figure city. It was very, very close. But unfortunately, no. It is not. So anyways, that's about it. That's about all I have to say. I still do want to continue to fill out this grid. I'm keeping traffic exactly where I need it to be. Right there. It's very nice. I think we need more population. That's probably what we need. I know, like, unemployment seems to, like, do, like, a weird thing. It goes up and down when you first make the city because everything's kind of filling in. As of right now, though, I think we're pretty stable in terms of everything. I do really like this, though. Oh boy, look, it's 1 centimeter off. It didn't break it. Congrats, blow the whistle. Does he know? He knows. There we go. Attaboy. I knew it. I knew that the only person that would probably talk in the stream is you. I cannot believe I have 62 people and only you have spoken in the last hour and a half. Like, my viewership has only increased. I got a challenge for you guys. Say something. All of you, right now. If you are watching this stream right now, say hello. Just say hello. Chat's not disabled. Very clearly it's not. I need to justify your guys' existence here. If it's real or if I'm having a stroke or something, because I'm baffled. Something. 66 now. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's 66 people. There are 66 people watching this stream. How have you only spoken? No, the viewership's raw on Streamlabs. There are 66 people watching this stream currently. Maybe it's people who can't chat, but I don't believe that there would only be like people on a TV watching this right now. There's no way. I don't know. I would love to know, though. I would love to be informed. Oh, I wanted to become CS2 streamer, but don't know if it's worth it. First of all, thank you for asking. That's a great question. When it gets into streaming, okay, there's a lot of niches for streaming. Streaming is a niche. You are building a community based off of something that you enjoy. And if you enjoy City Skylines too, do it. I don't do streaming necessarily for notoriety or to get people to watch me. I do it simply because I like the game. And I also like urban planning, right? So, you know, I want to show people my knowledge about urban planning. I want to show people, you know, how cities are actually made. You know, I want to show that to people. And if you're in like a similar situation where you just want to show people something that you made, stream it, dude. Even if it's a very small community, you'll have a lot more fun playing a game and streaming a game that you play daily than something else, right? Because, I mean, if you play City Skylines too, I don't think you'd enjoy, you know, streaming yourself playing, I don't know, Counter-Strike. You know, two very different games in the spectrum. You know, I like Counter-Strike too, but still, I digress. I think it's worth it in the long run, to answer your question. Like, flat out, I think it's worth it. City Skylines is a really fun game. There's a lot that you can do in it. You know, there's also tons of options for, like, challenges and stuff. Like, you know, maybe do, like, a one-tile challenge thing. Maybe try to break the game, you know? Yeah. Exactly, yeah. When I answer questions, I like to be very thorough about them. I gotcha. Don't worry. So anyways, yeah. Oh, you know what? We gotta do medical. Build the Kowloon walled city. I wanna actually look at that. I wanna look at that. We're gonna go on a little adventure here. Let's see here. Kowloon walled city. Oh wait, I think I know this. Yes, that's what I was thinking. I think someone did this on YouTube before. I wonder. It was either that or it was something else. Are you operating out of Windows or Linux? I am operating, yeah, Windows. It kind of looks like Linux because of the black. It kind of looks like Linux Mint. I did use Linux Mint though. Walled City, Kowloon, City Skylines. Let's just look up City Skylines. Maybe someone actually did it. Someone did it. Oh my gosh, no way. We gotta give this guy some love. This is so funny.
This is the densest city ever built, and
what did he end up with?
And just stuck because all these people are riding here by.
Oh, gosh. It's not tight enough, though. Oh, did he only... Oh, he's in vanilla. Dude, if he built this using Anarchy and Move It, he could have made such a phenomenal city. Maybe I should do that next stream. Maybe we should do that. Wow, that is incredible.
That was quite a...
Air Degeist. Give this guy some love. Wow. An Island Start too? Yeah, he looks like... City Skylines 2 Iran Wars Simulator. This is crazy. Dude. What are you talking about? What are we doing?
Trying to sell oil, and this is Iran trying to stop me. Today we have...
There's no way. There's actually no way.
3 challenges. Number 1, exporting any oil right now. which
Yo,
is
you guys gotta sub to this guy,
900,000 so
like,
let's shut
promptly.
this
That is insane. That is lovely. Wow. Wow. Okay. Maybe one day we'll do a Kowloon walled city. I did try to make the line like 2 years ago, I think. I tried to make the line in City Skylines 2, which was an Egyptian. No, I don't think it's Egyptian. Was it Saudi Arabian? It was in a like kind of a Middle Eastern country, or was it Dubai? God, I don't want to get this. I'm not. But you guys know what I'm saying here. Yeah, it was just a giant, like, mile-long city that was in one direction, and it housed, like, 2 million people. I think they're building it right now. It's pretty cool. It's a really interesting piece of... Oh my gosh, wow. Okay, yeah, no, we gotta build up some infrastructure here. I think Saudi Arabian experiment. Exactly, yeah. Middle Eastern countries and their experiments. It's a very interesting culture they have over there. It's really neat. I really like it. I've always wanted to visit Saudi Arabia, to be honest. I've heard it's a decent country. Like it's not even bad. Like it's a very developed, very wealthy nation. Their GDP per capita is 73,000. So like they got money. And it's not like revolt torn. I know they have some problems, but it's... Yeah, they spending the oil money, so they got something when it runs out. Exactly. Exactly. That's my thing about a lot of countries that revolve only on oil. Like, at a certain point, you gotta step back and think, do I really just want to make oil? That's why I don't really try to involve myself in those kinds of debates, because it's something that can turn very confusing, because it's just like, well, yeah, the country has to do it because that's like the only resource they have, but at the same time it's just like, I don't know, there's a lot of there's like other things, you know? That's why was it Dubai is shifting more towards tourism and getting people to visit the city more, and that's been successful as far as we're aware. And like I feel like that's their only other option, because they don't have fertile land. Like Saudi Arabia doesn't have fertile land, like at least not a lot of it. So it's not like they can revolve their economy around food production. They could do industry, but that can be very messy, and that also requires oil. Like, I think we're gonna come to a point to where we as a society are just like trading electricity to each other. I know like we do that across borders. Like, 2 borders. I'm talking about, like... Solar's gonna save a lot of them countries, in my opinion. I think you're right. I think that's a great take. I think solar... Those places get a lot of sunlight. That's... The UV... Everything there is very high. Oh, wait, really? I just got fact check. Yeah, I should have looked that up. Wait, really? Yeah, I actually looked this up a little while ago because I was in a conversation with someone else. Is Saudi Arabia a good country? We went into a whole deep dive here. A producer of food. Yes, Saudi Arabia produces a wide range of food, achieving over 100% self-sufficiency in key projects such as dairy, dates, shrimp, and table eggs. Wow. Huh. That is insane. Oh my gosh. Huge amounts of self-sufficiency. I believe grain is their main food export. Poultry, vegetables, and flowers achieve self-sufficiency of dairy and eggs. Oh, in 2018, the country was the 2nd largest global producer of dates, behind only Egypt. Other major crops include watermelon, barley, wheat, yeah, like you said, grain, potatoes, tomatoes, and cucumbers. The government supports large-scale farming with subsidies, low-cost water, and duty-free imports of machinery. That is really, really interesting. $21 billion. Under Saudi Vision 2030, the kingdom aims to double agricultural output by 2030, raise the agricultural sector's GDP. Yeah, so they are actually very much trying to stray away from oil. And they are doing a very good job at that. Wow. Huh. You know, the more you learn. The world is so complex these days that there are so many different things. Like, one thing that you think is never the truth. Because it changes so fast. I grew up believing and learning from the news that Saudi Arabia was, you know, and most Middle Eastern countries were big oil producers, and like that's the only thing they did, and it was a problem. I was wrong. Huh. The more you know, folks. New York's looking crazy. I would say New York has changed a lot over the years, and it's continuing to change. I actually heard, I learned, and I think, okay, hang on, we need to, we gotta kind of lock this this whole thing in real quick. But I did learn that New York is gonna be expanding Manhattan to double its size as a plan, and they're gonna add a lot of walkable infrastructure, and it's really nice. It's a really interesting topic to get into, is that, like, New York, like, ran out of land. They can't really go up, because that's owned by counties. So the only place that the city can really go into is down. So they're going to expand Manhattan. They're going to stretch it out. They've done it before in history, but this time they're not going to use wooden frames and trash piles, which they've historically done. Oh, you meant in-game. Oh, right. Yeah. I get a little sidetracked. Yeah, this is based off of the Buffalo metropolitan areas, more specifically Ellicott Square, which is what I'm inspiring it off of. I'm still looking for a name. That's why next to New York it's blank. I think I might do my classic Bovidae as a homage to Buffalo. Good lord. Yeah, we need people. We need people. I think we're gonna expand out to here. I think once we get rid of all this whole problem, I think we might call it there. I think we've been streaming for about... Oh, also, I don't really like this one. I like the, There's gotta be a quicker way to do that. Do what? I think I missed you. I think I missed you there. Oh, a quicker way to get... Oh, 2 hours? Yeah, I've been taking my time. I've been taking the leisurely approach. I could definitely lock in and absolutely crank out like 150 blocks in 30 minutes, but I don't know. There's something about going slow, and like, you know, I spent like 15 minutes on this bridge, on one little bridge. I like doing it. Oh, we'll extend this out. I think eventually we'll probably be expanding there. I don't want to add too many bridges. And I like the look of this one, so I think we're going to go for a similar kind of vibe there. Sydney Harbor Bridge. Nah, that's way too big. Go for a different style, maybe German. We do have these. I'm wondering... Bridge looks good. Thank you. I'm very proud of it. I think this was what we used, right? Yeah, we do also have the Olympic Bridge. I think... You know what? I'm not going to be silly. I think we are going to... we gotta edit the rotation, too. Okay, well, you know what? That's... Oh, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna increase the spacing now. And... I want to get very minimal amounts here. Oh, okay. Well, that's about as far as we're going. Alright. So now, we're going to lower these into the ground. In a very slow motion. Slow motion is better than no motion, I guess. And, I don't know, we'll try and make a truss. But I'm not so sure. I'm not too confident in my ability to make trusses. I think we might have one that we could put in. Ooh, wait. Potentially. Potentially we might. Oh, we can color it. Oh, yes, absolutely we're going to add this. With that knowledge, I think we're going to do like a rusty kind of brown texture. Absolutely. That looks phenomenal. All we need to do really is just like connect it in. So I think we're going to, you know what? I think we're going to get rid of those. And instead, put a 4-lane 2-way highway here to narrow up the road a little bit more. Well, no, because I want people to be able to walk. So that's not a good idea. Little guppied there. We have a grand bridge, but I don't think... Yeah, that's way too narrow. Like, if the river was like that long, I would warrant it, but it's not. Oh, you know what? Is there a 4-lane tide arch? Aw, man. I can't get 2? That's unfortunate. Whoa! Okay, not that. A truss arch? Oh, there is this one. I'm not sure, though. A 4-lane drawbridge. You know what? That would actually be smart. Forget that. I think we're gonna add a drawbridge here. Because I might genuinely build, like, a fishing port here. And I might want them to go through. And you know what? We're gonna do that now. I think we're gonna build a fishing port right here. I think we're gonna do that. Or rather, we're gonna prime it. I don't know if we're gonna do it this stream. I'm not certain yet if we should. Just because it would take a long time, and I want to reserve these streams. Like, the way I want to do these streams is kind of like, there's a building one, like this, and then there's a detailing one, like adding in the fishing port. I want to try and organize it. As I go into college, I'll become very busy, but I also want to create a consistent upload schedule that isn't going to impede. I do want to build against the border here. I do want to do that. About 45 units. And then we'll just curve it in. Nice and simple. Nice and simple, nothing too crazy. Let's move these nodes just a little bit. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Because now the businesses are struggling due to lack of employees. What sort of course am I doing? I am hoping to minor in architecture and major in environmental design. And after that, I plan to get a master's in urban planning. Funny enough. I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I feel like a strip mall would look great here. I'm just saying this now. From a planning perspective. And also from a realism perspective, that a strip mall here would look disgustingly good. Do 10 there. Bring that out by 10. And then we'll start our 10 by 20 grid. Just like that. Nice and simple, nothing too crazy. You know. Just really building out infrastructure, making sure that everything is up to what it should be. I'm glad that it did fix. Nice. Best of luck with your course. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm going to be the first one in immediate family to be pursuing higher education, so I'm very excited to honor my last name. I kind of want a central park. Like right here. So I don't think we're going to develop it. Rather, we're gonna develop the grid around it. However it comes out is how it comes out. I get what I get, and I don't get upset. Maybe a school here. I'm not too sure yet. I'll have to consult with my lawyers about that one. That's probably pretty good. Maybe break up the grid just a little bit. Something like that. Potentially. Yeah. That's pretty good. I like that. I don't want to overzone commercial. We're not doing that. You gotta pay for third level where you live. Yes. Yeah, I do. I'm going to university at Buffalo. And it does cost, it costs money, but it is a SUNY school, so they give a lot of financial aid. I only owe them like $5K a semester, which isn't the worst. I also have federal work study aid, which basically means that I can I work for the government. They don't tax me, but I use all the money that I make to pay for college. So yeah, you know, it's nice. 5.9% unemployment, and they don't want to work in the factories and in the fields? Come on. Pull your stuff up by your bootstraps. We're a blue-collar community. I actually think Buffalo is pretty blue-collar. From what I learned about it. I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's see what the profitability is for everything. Ugh. I don't think it's a good idea to check that stuff. That early in the game. Valkyrie a year is alright. Mine's probably about the same in Ireland. Yeah, it's... I don't know a lot about how Europe does their education. I know some of it is free or heavily subsidized, so it's cheaper. But here in America, everything's a company, so... you know. But I know that there's some European countries, like, I guess Ireland is, you do have to pay for college. Which, honestly, I think if a country can pay for it, college should be free, but if it can't, and it's a big source of income, I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I think paying for college is pretty normalized now, that it's not taboo to make someone pay for college. But I think if a country's in its capacity to where it could reasonably afford to have a couple campuses around the country be heavily subsidized or completely free, then it should do it. It's my little hot take for tonight. This is pretty nice. You know, these guys keep getting stuck. They keep on getting stuck. It's ridiculous. 9.8% unemployment. That is ridiculous. Let's try and fix that. Okay. in typical fashion, it's going to be a little controversial, but I do want to place the cereal mill in the community. I feel like it would be a part of it. I feel like it's an important part of the whole thing. Ireland, it's 3.5k a year if I wanted to do 3rd level. It's not bad, to be honest. Now I'm just wondering if that's before aid. That's my question. Like, before aid, my college education is 40k a year, which is wild. But I'm wondering about you, if that's the baseline or if that's actually what it just costs. That should get some people into the, Listen, you guys are saying that you don't like it, but this is also going to give 34 of you guys jobs, so I don't know. I think unemployment in this game is really skewed. I usually look at unemployment as half. Like, if it's at 10%, it's actually at 5. Because it doesn't calculate it how it should. What's aid? Money you get from the government for reasons unknown. Like, for example, like if you're broke, like the government will give you some money through something called the Pell Grant or the TAP Grant, which is a tuition assistance program grant, and it just gives you money. Aids you. Like a loan? No, you don't pay those. You don't pay aid back. There are federal loans though. There's something called a Parent Plus loan, which is what the parent of the student takes out. And then there's also just federal subsidized loans. Subsidized loans you don't pay interest on. The government pays that. But you still have to pay back the amount. You just don't pay interest. And then there's also private loans, but if you don't have to, don't do it. They are very bad. High interest rates, you'll never pay them back. Because it's a company you're doing it from. Like College Avenue, they're all scams. They're terrible. I almost did one. I'm glad that my family's financial history is bad enough to prevent me from doing it, because that would have gotten me into a deep, deep hole that I would not have been able to get out of. I'm hoping that... Okay, I think this will be a park. I think it will be. Is your uni local? No, it's 350 miles away. It's in Buffalo. I do not live in Buffalo. I live in the Hudson Valley. Way back. But it's one train ride away. About 8 hours. It's not too crazy. Us Americans are very used to driving. Very long distances. My mother commutes 2 hours to and from work every day. You know, it's a very, unfortunately, very normalized thing. Not that I am proud of that, but come see, come saw, or whatever the saying is. I think we're just about wrapping up here. I do want to... No. That's for the next stream. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I don't want to do something and then not have anything to do next stream because I did it all before. I'll probably end up streaming again tomorrow. Actually wondering, how long have I been going for? 2.5 hours. It's pretty good. That's about my average. The uni I'm planning to go to is local to me, so it's gonna be really handy. That's great, man. I'm going to, when I pursue my master's degree, I'm gonna live in Buffalo, so I should be okay in terms of like commute. But to go live somewhere, so I would never be able to go live somewhere so far. It would be too expensive. Yeah, thankfully, like a lot of cities that are not New York City is it's very, they're very cheap to live in because they're not the best to live in. Like Buffalo has a high crime rate, yeah, and the city's kind of falling apart, but because of that, rent's very cheap. So a lot of people have been moving up to Buffalo, my brother included. He did it because rent is dirt cheap there. It's like $1,000 a month, which crazy to say that that's dirt cheap these days, but you know. You don't really need a car or buses. Yeah, that's why I like the city, because, like, even if you live in the suburb, a bus stop is usually like a mile away from you, and that's pretty nice. Or not a mile, like a block, I mean. Not a mile. But yeah, no, it's nice. I like it. I think in terms of everything, doing pretty well. We have just 3 more little thingamabobs we gotta deal with. We have unemployment 14.6%. I think it'll lock in eventually. I think that's a problem we're not gonna deal with right now. I think a cemetery right here is pretty fitting. Small... What is that? A small columbarium. Set of walls for storing cremated remains of the deceased. Yeah. Let's put 2 of those in. Why not? We've got money. I think it looks pretty, too. We will do one thing in terms of detailing, and that's making these paths. For the park. There we go. That's nice. That's really nice. This is definitely my better attempt at constructing a metropolitan area than I have had in the past. So, I suppose, with that being said, and I am going to sit here and wait for these 2 to do their thing, to remove, because there's no way that you do not have somebody working at your place by now. Okay, fine. I'll put a couple more people in. But, other than that, I would reckon that this was a very, very nice stream. I think we got a lot done. I think we started a very nice, a very nice little city that I hope that we can work on more. Also, I must say, this was my most successful stream ever. I would have never thought that streaming before, or what am I going to say here? Because I'm just baffled here. I would have never thought that streaming in general, especially on YouTube, would garner more attention than streaming on Twitch. Never would have thought. Because, like, something like this is just so crazy to me. You know? Exactly, yippee! Yeah. Even though and also, I'm very glad that we, yeah, it was nice chat. It was nice chatting with you too, man. You know, for those who are watching right now, I will be live tomorrow, around the same time, I would reckon. Maybe earlier in the day, maybe I'm thinking like the afternoon, maybe like 12 o'clock. I might be live for maybe 3 hours or so. I want to build out the city slowly. I want to try and establish myself as someone that you guys can tune into without having to worry about me doing something stupid like a lot of streamers usually do. So that being said, guys, you know, for anyone out there who's interested in staying tuned, make sure to subscribe and maybe take a gander at some of my other couple videos. I'm going to try and upload some regular YouTube videos every now and again. I think this city in general will be sort of a stream and record city. I'll build out into it on stream, like it'll mostly be streamed, but I'll make a couple other videos as well that I'll record about it. Yeah, alright. So, with that being said, folks, my name is Brett, and it was a pleasure playing City Skylines with you today. There's a lot of things you could have been doing today, but you decided to hang out with me and LARP as urban planners. If you can't tell, that outro is me LARPing City Planner Plays, which, check him out, because he's a big inspiration for me. So yeah, peace out, everyone. Stay chill. I may or may not work on this off stream. Just letting you know. So if it looks a little different tomorrow, you know. But anyways, stay chill, guys.